Everyone loves Elle Woods for proving a girly girl can be smart. But what if her famed pink wardrobe wasn't a symbol of triumph, but a distraction? What if Legally Blonde didn't dismantle the patriarchy, but merely pink-washed it? Today we're exploring what Elle's changing closet reveals about the film's feminist message, and why it's more complicated than we remember. Legally Blonde follows Elle Woods from her sunny California sorority to the intimidating halls of Harvard Law School. Initially chasing her ex-boyfriend Warner, Elle discovers genuine passion for law and proves everyone wrong about the dumb blonde stereotype. The film has become a feminist classic for showing that femininity and intelligence aren't opposites. But if we pay attention to Elle's wardrobe throughout the film, we notice something interesting and a little unsettling. When Elle arrives at Harvard, she's a walking advertisement for unapologetic femininity. Cloud print halter dresses, sparkly bikinis, and enough pink to make Barbie jealous. Her peers immediately mock her. The film frames this as narrow-minded prejudice that Elle will overcome through hard work and authenticity. Except Elle doesn't just overcome prejudice through hard work. She also quietly changes her look. As the semester progresses, notice how the pinks fade to blacks and grays. The playful prints become conservative blazers. Her signature blonde curls get straightened into simpler styles. After she trades her pink feather pen for a laptop, she starts acing her classes. During her internship, Elle wears almost exclusively black and white. She looks more like Vivian than her former self. The film never explicitly tells us Elle is conforming, but the costume choices tell a different story. Maybe Harvard didn't accept Elle exactly as she was. Maybe she had to meet them halfway. The film's big moment seems to prove that Elle's femininity was her strength all along. She solves the murder case using beauty knowledge. Specifically, that you can't shower right after getting a perm without ruining it. Standing in court wearing hot pink from head to toe, Elle punctuates her achievement with "any Cosmo girl would have known." It's presented as a triumph of feminine expertise over masculine legal stuffiness. But here's what's worth thinking about. Elle's beauty knowledge only becomes valuable when it solves a problem for the legal system. Her expertise in hair care and fashion is celebrated because it wins a case, because it serves the institution's goals. The film doesn't suggest that reading Cosmopolitan is as intellectually valid as reading case law. It just shows that sometimes girly knowledge can be useful to serious work. Elle succeeds by proving she can play the game by Harvard's rules while occasionally wearing a different uniform. That's not quite the same as changing the rules. What makes Legally Blonde complicated, rather than straightforwardly empowering, is that it asks Elle to prove herself on the system's terms. She has to get perfect grades, she has to win a high-profile case, she has to outperform everyone to earn basic respect. And along the way, she quietly tones down her aesthetic to fit in, at least until she's proven herself enough to reclaim some pink. The film also addresses sexual harassment when Professor Callahan hits on Elle, which was honestly ahead of its time for 2001, but the resolution is individual rather than systemic. Elle overcomes it through personal determination, not by changing the culture that enabled it. How many real women face similar situations without getting a Hollywood ending? Even the movie's ending reveals this tension. Test audiences rejected the original finale, where Elle and Vivian become best friends running the Blonde Legal Defense Club. Instead, they wanted something more credibly successful, meaning a marriage proposal and a prestigious job offer. The film literally changed its ending to match traditional ideas of women's achievement. Legally Blonde isn't a bad movie, and Elle Woods isn't a failed feminist icon. The film genuinely challenges stereotypes about feminine women and celebrates qualities like kindness, community, and emotional intelligence that are often dismissed as weak. Elle's friendships with Paulette and eventually Vivian show the power of women supporting each other. But the film also reveals the limits of individual empowerment narratives. Elle succeeds by being exceptional, smart enough, determined enough, and charming enough to overcome a system that remains fundamentally unchanged. She proves you can be feminine and successful, but she also quietly demonstrates that success still requires compromise. The pink power suit isn't purely triumphant, it's evidence that Elle had to fight twice as hard to earn the right to be herself. 25 years later, Legally Blonde remains beloved because it offers something we desperately want to believe, that we can have it all without sacrifice. Elle's journey suggests the reality is more complex. You can wear pink in a man's world, but you might need to prove yourself in their colors first. This is Ladies First, watching women in movies. Here we empower women by reviewing and discussing films that highlight their stories, struggles, and achievements. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments.